I don't know if you guys remember, but Royally Matched was actually one of the books in my most anticipated winter 2017 reads video. I'll leave a link to that video in the description in case you want to check it out. This book is about Nicholas's brother Henry from book 1, and now he is the future king. He didn't want the position and has absolutely no clue how to deal with the responsibility. Nicholas advises the queen to give Henry some alone time to get used to things, so Henry is sent off to a castle a short while away. While there, he signs on to do the royal edition of Matched, which is essentially The Bachelor except with one prince and a ton of princesses. And then we get to Sarah TITEBOTTUM. Yes, her name is actually TITEBOTTUM. TITEBOTTUM. She's our bookworm slash Sense and Sensibility loving love interest, and she decides that she doesn't actually want to be on the royal edition of Matched. She's still at the castle though because she's the responsible one in her family and she has to watch over her sister. And the rest is their love story. So I had really high expectations for this book, and honestly I think they were unreachable. I was really interested in the beginning when we meet Sarah because I related to her on a book nerd level. But then I find out about the whole reality show thing, which I didn't know before, and it kind of turned me off. Of course, Henry and Sarah's love story is beautiful and adorable and faithful. So if you're worried about playboys not being your thing, Henry definitely does not fit the bill of a regular playboy. When he loves someone, he's aware enough to acknowledge it, unlike 3/4 of the fictional male population. One thing that I loved and hated about this book though was that Sarah was such an original, unique character. I came into this book expecting someone a bit like me, you know, finding the love of their life. Someone who loves her for her. But then we find out she tells sex jokes and, well, I can't remember the specifics right now, but trust me when I say she is freaking cool. And the entire time I was like, gosh darn it, why are you a cooler book nerd than me? I'm so bitter. But no, really, she's a great character, and she also has some really tragic skeletons in her closet. I was all out bawling at 4 in the morning. It wasn't pretty. Sarah has this thing where if she hears something loud and sudden, like glass breaking, she'll go into something akin to shock. It was really hard to read about, especially when we find out why this happens to her. This was such an epic romance, which makes sense considering that it's about the future king and queen of fictional Westco. The reason the story feels so big is that most of the story is short term, yeah, but there's also a bit of an extension at the end. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. Essentially, the author sets up the characters for the long term, which I absolutely love. I gave this book 4 stars out of 5. Apparently I gave Royally Screwed, the last book, 5 stars, but honestly I'm not sure whether I enjoyed that one or this one more. If you're into royalty though, I think it goes unsaid that you want to try out the series. I hope you enjoyed this review, guys, and be sure to let me know what you thought of any of the books in this series if you've read them before. If you want to get notified every time I post a new video, it would not hurt to hit the subscribe button. Wink. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!